everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. I just did a training on my team page and thought that it warranted sharing here on YouTube for my followers and my community. I got a little passionate. Some of it is a bit specific to our team, which is okay. And I just wanted to share that with you, but give you guys a heads up that it is a live recording that I did on my team page. All right, I hope you enjoy it. Hey, TPS family. So we got a lot of new faces in here. If you don't know who I am EdieAnne. I'm your one half of your superstar director. Marissa, my daughter, is the other half. I am currently on my way home from visiting with my daughter. So I have some time to kill while I'm driving. And those that have known me for longer know that I kind of love to spend time on video when I'm traveling. Hi, Rachel. Rachel knows because I love to Marco Polo when I'm driving. So I have 8 hours ahead of me. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. It's weighing a little bit heavy on my heart, and not everybody is going to take this the right way. Not everybody is going to understand where I'm coming from. Some of you might, some of you might not, and that's okay. I am known to not shoot from the hip, but you will never have to question where you stand with me, and you'll never have to question what I'm thinking about, really, to be honest with you, because I am very much a wear my heart on my sleeve kind of person. Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit and maybe have a little bit of a discussion. And good morning, Colleen. And kind of share from my heart a frustration that I revisit often. And in some cases, I really don't know how to get past it. But I know where the feeling is coming from is truly from experience and knowledge, really. She ain't lying, y'all. I don't even know how to do this and be politically correct and not hurt people's feelings, but yet be honest enough that you know where I'm coming from. Let me start with a little story. When I first started Scentsy, I was an Avon representative. And now you guys know where this might be going. I was with Avon first. I was with Avon for like 12 years. And decided to add Scentsy to my plate, to my repertoire. Good morning, Leanne. And I soon found out that if I wanted to succeed at either one or the other, that I was not going to be able to give 100% of my time, attention, devotion, passion, energy to more than one. I just physically was not going to be able to do that. And I quickly noticed that my passion was moving towards Scentsy, and therefore leaving Avon, kind of just settling there. And I was living on some of the residual that I had built in the 12 years, which, by the way, I only built that business by itself to have that residual income because I built the business by itself first, and it was strong. I'm hoping that you caught that part. So I very, very quickly decided that, well, I say very quickly, within 6 or 7 months after I started is when I was moving towards becoming a director with Scentsy already. And I was like, okay, I cannot spread myself this thin. I cannot do this to my customers because I can't cross promote one into the other anyway. So that in itself was a lot of energy that I needed to expel to make sure that that wasn't happening so I wouldn't lose both of my jobs. Hi, Ange. And so I decided at that point that I was going to let Avon go because I was making more money with Scentsy than I was with Avon. And if I wanted Scentsy to skyrocket, to build, to grow, I needed to allow myself to put 100% of my focus on Scentsy. Because it is impossible. There's no law that can prove that you can give 100% of yourself to more than one business. You can't. You're going to either give 90% of it to one and 10% of it to the other. You might give 50-50, but then it's not 100%. Good morning, Sheila. Right? Then it's not 100%. So what I want to come to you guys with is listen, I'm open to whatever you guys feel is right for you. And I know that there are people in this group that have more than one direct sales business. So first and foremost, you're going to run into the inability to cross-promote. So you're going to have to be very, very, very careful that you're not promoting your Scentsy business to your other business and your other business to your Scentsy business. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's against our compliance. It's actually against direct sales. It's not even us. Hi, Monica. It's against direct sales association. It's the direct sales association that put these rules into place in order to protect each business and the owners from being poached, meaning that I'm going to go into my Avon customers and I'm going to get them to buy Scentsy or join Scentsy, or vice versa. I'm going to go into my Scentsy business and try to get them to buy and join Avon. That's considered poaching, and the Direct Sales Association is against that. And so they've made a rule, and the customers too, right? They've made a rule that we cannot do that. And if you are doing it, then you will, thank you, Monica. Rachel. Yeah, right? Maybe I'll just save it and send it to you or post it in your group. I feel that, again, well, it's a compliance thing, right? So we have to follow the rule in order to stay within the Direct Sales Association. Well, as a company, we have a lot of benefits to being in the Direct Sales Association. Lots and lots of benefits and coverage and legality, protection. And so it behooves us as a business to be part of the Direct Sales Association. Okay, it's just like realtors. They want to be part of the Realtor Association, right? So there's a lot of benefits to being part of an association within our business. All right, and so we have, hi Grace, and so we have to follow those rules. And if we don't, we get booted, whether it's as a consultant or as a business altogether. Okay, so with that said, we have to follow those rules. So if you decide that you want to do a second direct sales business, hi Cindy, congratulations, by the way, Miss Cindy, Miss big old lead consultant and level 2 earner, woo woo. Okay, I'm so squirrel wicked. If you've never met me before, I have such squirrel syndrome. That's why Rachel and I get along so well. If you're going to have more than one direct sales business, then you must follow those rules, and they will be instilled, they will be followed, they will be, what's the word I'm looking for? They'll crack down on you if you don't. So you want to make sure that you are following those rules, okay? And so that means you can never promote one business to the other, whether it be consultants or as consultants like joining, or customers, okay? But here's where I want to share from my heart, okay? Yes, there's a legal compliance issue behind it, but if you are here to make money, if you are here to grow a business so that you can be your own entrepreneur, you can be your own business owner, you can have your shop time, you can have your ability to build a business, travel the world like I'm doing, then you want to focus on just that. You want to focus on just that. I'm going to give you an example of building a house. And I've used this analogy before in a different aspect, but I want this analogy to stick in here with you guys, okay? My son-in-law Marissa's husband is a carpenter. If he were to decide to build a house, and he started building it, he had somebody come and pour the foundation, and he started to build the walls, and then stopped because he decided that he was going to go and build a house for somebody else. My connection is low. It's going to record and it'll come back, so you'll have to hopefully watch the replay. But and he decided that he was going to go and build a house for somebody else. All right, so he stopped production on his house, and he went and he had somebody come and pour a foundation, and he had somebody come help him potentially and start building the walls. The house that he's building over here is doing nothing. Nothing is happening over here. It started to get built, but now it's no longer being built because his attention is going toward the other house, not his. Right? So now, periodically, he may decide to come and, okay, well, I'm going to come and build a wall on my house. But now this house over here is waiting. Okay, are you following me? He cannot be in two places at one time. He cannot provide 100% of his ability to both of those houses at the same time. It is physically impossible. Therefore, one of them is going to build a lot slower. And when I have people that come to me and say, how come my business isn't growing? How come this isn't happening? Yes, I've got another business, but I'm putting in my effort into Scentsy. Well, if you're putting in 40% of your effort, you're only going to get 40% results. And what could potentially have taken you 1 year to build is now going to take you 4. Right? So why wouldn't you come into a business, a lot, and I find that this is a lot of what happens. You start the business, let's say with Scentsy or with another business, whatever, and you're not making enough money right away. You're anxious to get the money, you're anxious, hi Steph, hi Jess, hi Kay. You're anxious to be making money, you're anxious for your business to build, you're a bit impatient potentially, and so you feel that in order to get a quick fix on your money, you're going to go work for a different business and build that business. Because at the very beginning, sometimes we have a quick jump start and we start making money right away, but then it kind of peters off a little bit. But that's when we need to be making all the effort to continue to grow, right? But I find that people jump ship or jump into another ship with one leg still in the other ship. Eventually you're going to be doing a split and it's going to hurt like hell. Just saying. When you are impatient for the business that you're currently in to grow. So you feel that you can start doing something else on the side, get a little bit of income going, and think and hope that this business that you started right here is going to continue to grow. Well, guess what? By stepping out, you have stifled that business by months, if not years, with its growth speed. It's what it is. It is the fact of how a business can run and how you are physically made up in this world. It is there are very, very few people that can do that. And most of us are not one of them. Most of us are not one of them. Now, here's another fact. If you look at any direct sales business, any of them, all of the top producers and the top money makers and the top income makers, income producers, only work for one business. They put all of their effort, and people are going to say, well, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Well, I do. I don't know why that would be a problem. Why would I want to carry 2 baskets when I can put them all in one? That's how I feel. And that whole adage of don't put all your eggs in one basket in case something happens. Well, you know what? I'll have built enough skill that if something were to happen, I can get into another business like that. Because I will be wanted. People will say she was dedicated in her Scentsy business. She put all of her effort. She worked really hard. She traveled the world. I want her in mine. I've got recruiters coming after me all the time. I want to have all my eggs in one basket. I'm good with that. I am confident with that. It makes me happy. Do you guys understand that, or do you feel that that is not truth, what I've shared with you? Do you feel, I know, right? Preach, mama. Do you feel that that has validity behind it? Did you understand the house analogy? Did you understand that when you start building your home and you decide to stop building your home to go build somebody else's home, that you will never be able to be in 2 places building a home at the same time? I can't be building my home and building somebody else's home at the same time. I can't physically do it. What makes this business building any different? You know, when you work a corporate job, and it's a career, not just a corporate job, but a career. If you're working a corporate career, you're going to stick with that job and learn everything that you can about that career so that you can better yourself every single year. Whether it's for your own advancement in the company, or if you're building clientele so that you can have a bigger business. But if you start spreading yourself too thin into other direct sales businesses, you ain't gonna grow this one. It's gonna grow, but it's gonna be slow. And ultimately, like I said, most people jump into a different business because they want more cash flow. You're just gonna stifle the flow that you already have instead of building it. You might get a quick burst. Now, I do want to share something that Orville said to me once, and that was that he does not mind somebody who works a part-time job, maybe even a full-time job, that is not a direct sales business, that does not conflict with the type of thing that you're trying to do. And let me explain that to you. So if you are working a corporate job, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're, I don't know, whatever you're doing, your stress level on money will be lower because you do have a solid income coming in from that other part-time job, right? So Scentsy will become fun to you, and it'll be easier for you to build and focus on Scentsy alone if you're working a full or part-time job. That's coming from Orville. Now here's the difference between a full and part-time job and another direct sales business. When you are working another direct sales business, all of the efforts in actions and income producing activities that you do for this direct sales business, being Scentsy, you now have to split the people that you know, the places that you visit, the acquaintances that you have with both of these businesses. Now that's when it becomes a problem. Hi, Natalia. Hi, Tammy. That's when it becomes a problem. Because now you don't have enough resources to sustain both of those businesses without going into the cross-promoting aspect. Okay, so this is the building of the house, right? My son-in-law is a carpenter. He's building his house. All of his tools, all of his resources are here building this house. Well, he has to stop and bring all of his tools and his pickup over to this house to build somebody else's house. So all of the resources that he is using are being taken away from the house that he was building over here. So what do you think is going to happen here? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen in this house. He's going to have to pull all his resources and put them here, all of his tools, and use them to build the neighbor's house. Well, when he decides that he wants to start building his house again, what happens? All of the tools go into the pickup, everything goes over here, all the resources come back over to his house, and now he gets to build on his house. Well, what if he had said, listen, let me build my house. When I'm done my house, I will take all of my resources, energy, people, everything that I have, bring it over to your house, and I'll finish your house, and we'll do it all together. The quickness and the efficiency that happens when 100% of your focus is on one task is so much more beneficial than trying to spread yourself thin. Right? I cannot find the right heat in this fan. I keep putting it on and off because I'm getting all worked up. I'm very passionate about this, you guys, and I think it's because, hi Jeremy, I think it's because I started my business with 2 businesses and realized very, very quickly that that wasn't going to work. And even in the process of my first year with Scentsy, I joined 31. I signed up for 31 while I was selling Scentsy. This was like the first year that I had joined, thinking, okay, well, I can make some quicker money if I do that. Well, hello, that didn't work either. So I've got experience with this, you guys. So the experience and the knowledge of seeing others go through this is what I'm trying to share with you guys today from my heart, so that you can be spared of that time notch that gets taken away from you because you're trying to split your resources. Do any of you have any questions about this? Because I really would love to have a discussion about it if it's something that you feel warrants that. Plus, I got plenty of time since I'm driving. Do any of you feel that this is incorrect and want to fight your case? It's been weighing on me because I've been watching. I mean, we just lost somebody in our group, right? Because of cross-promoting. We lost a big factor of our group because of cross-promoting. And I want to spare you guys of that. Hi, Rosalie. I want to spare you guys of that angst, because there's you don't need to go through that. You know, people are like, well, my business really isn't doing much. Well, do you think by going to a different business that anything's going to change? Because your resources are the same. You're part of the resources. Your resources are the same, no matter what business you're in. So maybe we should be kicking ourselves into overdrive rather than trying to change the business around us. I'm going to use a really weird analogy. But some of you know my story, and some of you know that way back in the day, I had issues with addiction, and I remember my counselor saying, Edie, if you have issues, by you running away back to your hometown or moving to a different state or whatever you choose to do, those resources, being yourself, those problems are going to follow you. So no matter what business you work for, if there is a problem with the sales aspect, if there is a problem with the recruiting aspect, and it's coming from you, no matter what business you are in, it's going to be the same. You're gonna bring it with you. So if you're having an issue with Scentsy, try and figure out and work out the issue rather than trying to change business, because that issue that you have here, if you don't fix it, will come with you to the next business too. That's true too, Tina. Tina said, my opinion is when you join another company, it makes you look like you don't have faith in the first. Who would want to join your team then? Right? Just her opinion. I agree with that. You know, you hear a lot of that, the direct sales jumpers, people that go from direct sales to direct sales. And to me, those are the people that either have just not found their niche, or they have the issue that continues to come with them. Hi, Daryl. Hi, Brandy. Right? They have an issue with them that needs to be fixed because it's going to follow them from direct sales to direct sales. Right? That is the hard, cold truth. Hard, cold truth. You know, I knew that this conversation with you guys was going to be a tough one. But I also know that whenever I come to you guys with something from my heart like this, that I have a lot of passion in, it's not that I'm trying to convince you of my way of thinking. It's that I want to make sure that I share my experience and my knowledge with you enough so that you have the arsenal to make the right decisions within your business so that you can grow like mine has. Guys, my wish is for every single person in Scentsy to have the success that I have had in my business. That is my wish. Hence my wish being my favorite scent. Wish they would come back with that so I can put it in my club. Right? I honestly, deep down, my wish is that you guys get to experience what I am experiencing with this business. Everybody needs to. I cannot express to you what this has done for me and my life and my family. I want this for all of you. But here's the problem, and we learn this as leaders. I can't want it for you. You have to want it. You have to have that drive and passion and desire. And the only way that I feel I can help you with that is to give you enough experience sharing and knowledge sharing that I possibly can so that you understand all of where this is coming from. That's true too. But that's what I was talking about, Brandy. So part of what you might have missed is that when I was in recovery, one of my counselors said, Edie, if you have an issue, if there is something internally going on with you, no matter where you go, because I was talking about moving, no matter where you go, the problems are going to go with you. And so I feel the same way with this business. If you have issues with recruiting people, if you have issues with selling to people or sharing with people, you will have issues no matter what business you go to. And so like what Brandy said, a lot of people are looking for an easier outlet. Well, I don't think that outlet is there. No matter what business you go into, if you want it to grow, you must put in the effort. This is not easy, guys. The work itself is easy. The effort is full on. I put in 150% effort almost every single day of my life into Scentsy. I can't imagine trying to work another business. Hold on. There's no way to be successful if you split your efforts. That's right. That's right. And that's what I've been explaining for the last, I don't know, how long have I been on? 28 minutes. It's true. True story. I would love to either have a private conversation with anybody that doesn't agree with this, or reach out to me. Let's have a discussion about this. I am open to it. I've experienced it. Remember, nothing is an easy outlet unless you work willing to work. That's right. That's right. You got to put in the effort. I'm not going to sit here and say you cannot do 2 direct sales businesses. I'm not going to be that leader. I don't micromanage. I'm not going to be that leader. But I am going to share with you the downright factual experience and knowledge that I have to prove to you that it can't work. It won't work. Yes, there's about 1% of our population that has the ability, hi Nina, that has the ability to do that successfully. I, and most of us, are not one of them. We're just not one of them. I want all my eggs in one basket. I'm okay with that because those eggs are going to flourish. And if anything were to happen to Scentsy, I can take those eggs and put them in another basket very confidently. And people are going to want my eggs. Trust me. Right? People are going to want my eggs. I know, if you're just coming into the conversation, you're like, what are you talking about? All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, but I just needed to share this with you all. I love you. I wish you all the success that you can possibly have in your businesses, which is why I'm coming to share this. And I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.